Okay, we're at another Saturday. Got these carpool confessions coming at you. I'm sorry, I gotta start off with being very upset. I'm sure you see this right here. I come out this morning and I got a sticker on my car for a violation because I parked on the street. And in 15 years of living in my neighborhood, I've parked on the street before plenty of times. I've never had a violation, but I guess some towing company they may have a contract with decided they wanted to make some money. So they went around putting violation stickers out last night or this morning or whatever because they want to make some money. So I'm very pissed off right now. So if there's some anger in my voice, that's where it's coming from, because I put my car on the street because I needed my driveway clear because somebody came by last night. We're supposed to move that laser, I don't know if I talked about it here, out of the garage and into the house and upstairs, but that didn't happen because, of course, that person showed up by themselves and I told him and he was going to charge me for using 3 people because it's an industrial laser. Showed up by himself because I think he thought he was going to make that money by himself and not pay the workers, and looked at it was like, oh, that's going to take more people. Yeah, I paid you for more people. But that's the Vegas way. I think I can muscle this all by myself and charge you for 3 people, which is what I told him he needed. It's like, that's going to take at least 3 people. I know you charged me for 3 people, but hey, let's get into what's going on. Everyone, I'm just seeing all these people talking about how, it's taking longer and longer to sell. Their houses aren't selling. One of the lucky things that I get to do is I get to sit in different rooms with different people. And this week, I get to sit in a room and it's the ALC, the Associates Leadership Council. I don't even know how I get to sit in a room with some of these folks because some of these guys are heavy hitters, you know what I mean? Like one of them, there's this book called Millionaire Real Estate Agents written by Gary Keller. It's literally like the Bible for how you do real estate. And they're literally like on page 11 or something like that. I think it's page 11. Oh, don't swear me to it. I actually tried to find my copy because, like I said, it's literally the Bible for real estate. And most agents swear by this book and they're in the book. So I'm sitting there with them and they're talking about their challenges right now because everybody's challenged. Because, I've talked about it in my previous videos. Sales are up, but prices have started to come down. They soften. If you saw the video I just put out, with the sales numbers, the prices have actually started to come down. They're down like $10,000 month over month. It's $470 for a single family house. So now we're down off the peaks by about 15,000. The high market was 485 for single family house. Now we're down to 470, but the sales are way up. So you would think stuff is moving, but we got all this inventory on the market. You got 7,500 homes that haven't moved so far, or at least sitting out there without an offer on them. And it's just like frustrating a lot of agents right now. So we sat around and we spent more time going over that than anything else because of the frustration. And, the person I'm talking about, their team is like in the big, we call it the red book in real estate. You can ask any agent and just say the red book. They'll know what I'm talking about or what you're talking about. It's our Bible when it comes to real estate and how you do business. The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. And right now they have 89 listings. 89 that are just sitting there, no action. And we're talking, it's like, we got the other agents sitting around all frustrated. Why is everything sitting there? And we're trying to mastermind on what we're gonna do to, help the sellers because the buyers ain't caring. Because right now, as you may or may not know, I put this in my other videos, Las Vegas leads the nation and buyers just going, I'm just gonna cancel this because there's no repercussions for a buyer canceling a deal and they're just walking away. Oh man, I sneezed this morning and I didn't like the way the mucus came out. I'm gonna cancel the deal. That's how bad it's getting right now. And I'm just gonna go over some of the stuff we're looking at. I say sales are up, but overall, like over the years, they're down and it's just harder and harder. So agents are overpricing the heck out of these things and most of the houses are gonna have to end up, reducing their prices. The majority of sellers, over 80%, I believe, they're gonna get their price. They don't. It's like an unrealistic thing. And when they're sitting around, they're, interviewing all these agents, most of them end up going with the agent who gives them the highest price, not the one that gives them the price that's actually going to sell the house. They take themselves out of the equation of thinking like a buyer. Because when you get to work with a seller who is also buying, it's that mindset, it shifts. It's like, who in the world would pay this for a house when it's their time to buy? But when they're selling their house, they don't think that. It's, well, I need this to move on. Had this one agent at the round table, while we were doing our whole thing during the masterminding portion, because we're actually like running the company, and we have other things to do, but part of it was we mastermind. And she's talking about this one buyer that she's got that she's talking about she's probably gonna have to fire him. I've actually talked about this buyer before, and all of her money is tied up in the house. So she is refusing to lower the price, and she's putting all of these conditions in. And this video I think I did for Carpool Confessions about 2 or 3 of them ago about some of the challenges, and I learned some new challenges, like where the agent said all of the wealth is tied up into the house, and they have to get everything they can, and they're doing stuff that is actually tanking the sale. And I talked about it before, where they want to be there for every showing, and you can't do that, especially now when buyers have so much choice. And then they want to pay this ridiculously low commission on the buyer side. Remember, the buyer's agent has to ask or negotiate a commission from the seller. Well, this seller only wants to pay this small amount because they're trying to preserve their wealth. They're hurting themselves. In the amount of time that house has been on the market, prices have gone down $15,000. What have they accomplished? So first of all, I'm not sure. I think they still have a mortgage. I didn't ask the question. So what if they had a mortgage? They made those mortgage payments. They've lost that opportunity cost. They've been paying utilities. Now the market has gone down by $15,000, all because they were playing games. Don't play those games. That's not the number one thing you got to think about. Next one, when you're sitting around doing price cuts, your price cuts in the past meant something. Now you got to think about banding price cuts. Let's reduce it by $500, $5,000, $1,000. That don't mean anything. You got to look at how people search. Let's just stop it. Everybody's going where? Zillow. Zillow has price bands. You need to go to wherever the next price band is. And if you're staying in the same price band with a price cut, you haven't done a price cut, because people who are in that lower price band, who may be the ones who are looking for your house, they're not finding it. You're probably like missing a whole new market. Now, a lot of stuff I'm talking about right now are for people who are in the sub 800,000, especially under $1 million. Over that, that's a completely different animal. But especially under about 600, 500,000, you got to stick and move. The majority of America has equity, and these people are sitting around waiting for foreclosure, short sale, all that stuff. Even now, with all these issues we're having, we're only selling a handful of those. So we're talking of those 7,500 houses sitting there waiting on the market. There may be 30 short sales and foreclosures. Over 98% of people have, guess what? Equity, which means if you have equity, more than likely it's not going to be a short sale or a foreclosure. You may still find a foreclosure because there's a lot of people who are not getting with reality. On the buyer side, start looking for these people, because I'm going to tell you right now, those sellers, they're freaking out. They are freaking out. If you come with a good offer, they're probably going to take it. And that's why a lot of them end up selling for a lot less than the house is actually worth. And it's a good chance when you go over right now about 90 days, make sure they've made some good price cuts. If they've gone 90 days and they haven't made any price cuts, they're probably hard-headed. You probably ain't going to do nothing with them. Oh, they're lowballing me. I need this money. Yeah, they ain't doing that. They're hard-headed. Don't deal with hard-headed people. A hard head leads to a soft behind, as the man once said. Another one, if you have solar, I feel sorry for you. Those solar guys, they came through here and they ran the block and they screwed a lot of people over. When you go into Sam's Club, Costco, you got the solar guy there, Lowe's, solar guy, and they go, oh, if you get solar, it's going to increase the value of your house. They're citing a study, a real study, and I've put this out there before. The study is real. It's done by Zillow. Increases the cost of your house or the value of your house over 4%. One small problem, they never tell you. They don't want to tell you. They tell you the half they want you to hear. That is only for owned solar. If you finance the solar, lease the solar, have a PPA, it does not increase the value. As a matter of fact, it may reduce the value of your house. You got that? It may reduce the value of your house. Only owned solar will increase the value of your house. I mean, we talked about all this stuff because we're having all these folks who got solar and it's hurting them. If you got solar and you got enough equity in your house, you need to release some of that equity into saying, I'm going to pay off this solar. Because one, it'll get more people interested, because believe it or not, there's a lot of folks folks are interested in solar. I mean, a lot. As soon as they see you got solar, oh, I like solar. Then when they see the terms, they go like, oh, I'm not interested in solar. They buy a house, then somebody comes around to them and they believe them. Then they get the solar. But as far as buying your solar, they're not interested in. According to how bad of a deal you got into, you probably need to pay off that solar. I'm telling you that one right now. There's a good chance. I had this house I listed, I can remember it, had solar. It was not lease solar, but finance solar. And I was telling them, you know what, you may need to think about paying this off. It's like, oh, we need the most money possible. It was right when the market was turning. Market's going down, market's going down. There were 2 other houses that were model matches. The other 2 houses decided that they were going to go ahead and pay off the solar. These folks didn't. So no, we need the most money. Market's going down, market's going down, market's going down, market's going down. Well, if they had just paid off the solar to begin with, first of all, it would have increased the value of their house, gotten it sold. So by the time it was all said and done, if they had paid off the solar, they actually would have made a heck of a lot more money. So you need to look at these numbers and what the market is doing, not just what you want for a house, it's what you're gonna net. I remember back when I was growing up in the South, there was this company, I believe they still exist, AG Gaston Insurance. In housing, it's not what you make, it's what you get to keep. Always think of that. Think about it. It's not what you make, it's what you get to keep. And again, back to that one about thinking about low commissions. You think you're going to be making more money by lowering what everybody else make? I'm just going to say this, and this is my opinion only. Do not come back in some major cake course and saying this is the real estate industry's thinking. This is me. I'm just trying to get you to think logically about this. If somebody has a choice between 2 and 3 things, and let's say you go look for a job, and one job pays X and one job pays X plus, which job do you go for? That's one of the reasons in the current system where you have to negotiate and they can't put down, that a commission is XYZ amount, because the sellers argued that if you have a commission and it's on the MLS, that agents may go, well, I'll show this house first. So that they kind of knew that if you monkey with somebody's money, something, I don't know. I'm just going to say, you're messing with somebody's rice ball, okay? And think about what your pain point is if you want to sell. And your pain point isn't always money. If you're trying to get down to your grandkids in Miami, think about that. So anyway, all my military brothers and sisters, y'all know the drill. Alpha, Mike, Foxtrot. To the rest of the 80% or so folks who watching these videos, I still love you. And we're going to keep them lights on for you. And right now, a video should be popping up from YouTube. And they say you're going to love it. And you know what? I would really love to meet you over there. And these shadows are absolutely killing me. I'm looking at myself with all these shadows. The sun's different this time of year. So anyway, go ahead and watch that video so I can meet you over there. And I will see you in the next one.